Right, the next thing I want to do is in the header, I want to say how many items are in that group. So for instance, we have the group of 2002 and I want to say that there are 134 items or however many there are. So I figure just there. And this can be quite easy. If you click on the field list and go to say list price, you see there sum of list price. Now if I'd chosen something else, like product name, not so useful because that won't actually give me the number of product names, it will just give me a product name and not necessarily the right one. So what we have in this first one is the sum of the list of the prices, but I don't want the sum, I want the count. So what I will do is right and click, go to expression and change sum to count. Like that. Click OK. And I will then put into here number of products. And I'll make all of this bold as well. So let's see what we've got. Click on preview. I'll just click on mountain bikes to give a restricted set. So we'll see that firstly we have 8 products for July 2005. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then turn the page. And for July 2006 we have 10 products. It's always worth checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's also worth noting where all these gauges are going, how high they are, how low they are. It's just useful to just go through the data and have a look at it. Now another way of getting totals is to get to the row groups and add total. So I can add totals before or after the details or before or after the summary. So if I go to here and go add total after, so after the start date group, so I know it was right at the end, there we have a new row inserted. And again, it's got the wrong information, it's got the count. So I'll have to go into expression and just change that sum for the count. So now when I have a look at it, and again I'll just do road bikes this time so you can have a look at all of the gauges and everything else. You can see we've got 22 products available. See, they include some of the most expensive items we've got. So turn the page. And right at the bottom of each, we should see, well, right at the very bottom, we should see the grand total number of products. And here we have 43. So that's giving us a grand total. In other words, you can see that the vertical line is outside of this, so it's not part of that group. So it's not giving us a total of the group, it's giving us a grand total. So we can add if we wanted a smaller total, if we wanted a total of the group, then we'll add a total of after all of the details like this. And you can see that one is inside the group, whereas one created here is outside the group. So you go to the group that you want a total after all of them, and then you can add a total. And as you've seen, a fair bit of formatting needs to be done because when it created it, it thought it was going to be creating $43, not 43 items. If I just show you that again, you see that the list price is contained in dollars. And while this one that I've entered manually says 22, not $22, when I get to the bottom of this page, you'll see it says $22. So you will have to change the number format by highlighting them. Press F4 and go down to number format and change it from C2 to something else. a decimal or exponent, you know, a fixed number 0, for instance. See which ones you could remember off the top of your head. What number formats could you remember? Could you use any others? So have a look at that spreadsheet that I provided you earlier and see which ones you could remember. But using fixed 0 decimal places, we've got 22, 22, this time not as dollars. So just be aware that when you create it based on here, this add total, it will inherit the formatting of the previous.